Welcome to this 9th video in this 10-part video series to helping you set goals for yourself. In this video, I'm going to share with you some more tactics that you could use to align your goal setting process to. Now you might think, war tactics? It's a bit too drastic. Not really. You'll see in a moment. I personally have gained a lot of benefit from aligning war tactics to my personal goal setting strategy. And if you think of it, we are in a bit of a battle of the unknown. And so these war tactics are very useful to helping you with your own goal setting process. Firstly, some principles. There's 3. Number 1, in war, you go to war with what you have. In other words, right now, you make the best out of what you have. You make do with the situation. Yes, I know it would have been nice to have other resources, but try to do the best with the scarcest resources that you have to your availability. Number 2, you plan for all contingencies. You probably heard of the power of positive thinking. In war, it's about the power of negative thinking. And that's about planning for your worst case scenario, your biggest nightmare. So right now, what is your biggest nightmare in your life? Plan for that contingency in advance, because then you'll be better prepared for if and when it does happen. And principle number 3, in war you follow the numbers, the number of deaths, the number of attacks, the number of failed attacks, and those numbers then drive the policy and the strategy for the next day. So likewise, in this current situation, follow the numbers of the COVID infection rate. Follow the numbers of where that infection rate is in relation to the recoveries, because that will drive your decision making in terms of what to do next. Also follow the numbers internationally. See the trends in what's happening, because what one country is doing, another country will tend to follow or adapt the style when it comes to unlocking and unwinding lockdown. So now that you have that, let's look at the 5 steps in order to align war tactics to your personal goal setting strategy. Step number 1 is to plan forward. Plan the next step. Be proactive. Don't wait for someone to make an announcement. Create the reality for yourself now. It's about winning on the offensive and not on the defensive. Step number 2, this is a very long-term war. This is not a short war that lasts for 2 weeks or a month or 3 months. This is a 1 year, maybe a year and a half, maybe a 2-year war. So mentally, emotionally accept this. And once you accept this, it's easier to move forward. Step number 3, communication in war is vital. Communication with people that's closest to you in order to plan for that next step. In this instance, communication would include communication with your family, your workers, your suppliers, your customers, your teams, your colleagues, financial institutions. Think of anyone that you have debt with, like your bond, any outstanding loans, personal accounts. The more you communicate where your situation is right now and what you need help in, it's easier then to find plans for you. Step number 4 is to plan for that worst case scenario in your business and in your personal life, because when you have that plan in place, you are more in control of where you are and what you can do in anticipation of that worst case scenario. Step number 5, the tactics and the strategies of war that won the battles yesterday will not be the same tactics and strategies that will win the war for tomorrow. Interesting. That means what got you here so far is not necessarily the same tactics and strategies you need to take you to the next step. So what you need in battle is agility, adaptability, flexibility. And you need to do this quickly within a short space of time. So when you are able to constantly adjust your tactics and your strategy based on an assessment of where you are every day, you are able to win the battle for tomorrow. That means in war, you are constantly adjusting your strategy and you are constantly adjusting your tactics. So in summary with this particular video, plan forward, be proactive. Number 2, think long term. This is a long battle. It's a 1 year, 1.5 year, 2-year battle. Number 3, it's about communication with your key stakeholders. Number 4, think of your worst case scenario and plan for that contingency. And number 5, constantly review your strategy and your tactics on a daily basis and change quickly so that you can win the war for tomorrow. I hope this video has helped give you a little bit of a sense of how to use war tactics and align it to your personal goal setting process. On the final video, yay, finally, if you have followed all the videos, I take you through that final goal setting process because everything that you have done so far has led you to this final video. I'll see you on that final goal setting process, but first do the exercise that's coming out and the insights that's coming out from this video. I'll see you in that next video. Bye.